Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Bravo a Breakdown with Jolene. That's me. I break down all things Bravo television. I am a stand-up comedian and Bravo super fan, and I am here to break it all down for you. But first, make sure you smash that like and let me know you're here in the live chat. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. What we do over here is we take a comedic look at all things pop culture, Bravo television, our favorite television shows, and we're very opinionated. We provide comedy and commentary. You are free to have your opinion in the chat, but just be warned that I am very opinionated.
That's my opinion!
But again, you can have your opinions in the chat. If you want to support the channel further, feel free to send a super chat while we're live. You can send a super thanks after the video posts, or you can hit me up on the Venmo, Cash App, check my Patreon out, or my YouTube membership. So I told you guys when I heard yesterday that Tom Sandoval was dropping a podcast that I would bite the bullet and listen to the first few episodes, or maybe more. We'll see how much you guys enjoy this. And we're going to roast and recap it. Okay. Because Tom Sandoval, if you didn't know, has announced his podcast. It premiered today, the first episode. It's called Everybody Loves Tom. Okay. And basically, I think he's trying to poke fun at the hate or the haters or the trolls, as he calls them. And with his friend Jason, whose wife worked for Howie Mandel. And that's how he did that horrible interview with Howie Mandel. So Jason's on it with him. He says he's going to be interviewing his oops, I don't know why that's going off. Excuse me, you guys. He's going to be interviewing his friends. In this first episode, he interviews Kyle Chan. And we all know Kyle Chan is the jewelry designer that is friends with basically the entire cast of Vanderpump Rules. He also hosted the finale party. It was a launch for his whiskey collaboration. And that's when a lot of fights broke out, and some random guy, which turns out, we find out the guy that started the fight or threw the wine at the Vanderpump Rules season 11 finale that will air this upcoming season, I think early next year, that he was a husband of a client of Kyle's. So Kyle Chan kind of knew who he was, but he said it was probably due to the amount of alcohol the guy had drank, because they had an open bar with whiskey. You are just asking for people to beat the shit out of each other with open bar brown liquor. Oh, I mean, no. So I'm going to play it. We're just going to play the audio. I don't want to play the actual video. You can go. I don't want to be a complete hater, as they say. You can go to Tom Sandoval's YouTube channel that has 5.94K subscribers. You can go over there and you can check out this episode, Sandoval Speaks with Kyle Chan. Everybody Loves Tom. I'll share the screen and show you guys just what that looks like, in case you're like, what does that look like, Jolene? What's going on over there? What's he doing? Well, here is what he's doing. This is Tom over on Tom's YouTube channel, doing Tom's first podcast, talking about Tom and how hard it is for Tom. And I listened to this on my way to take Teddy, my dog, to his trainer. And I mean, Teddy, I might have heard Teddy growl. That's all I'm going to say. Like I don't think Teddy appreciated this. He was happy to be dropped off at the trainer. I finished the episode, but we're going to play it again here. Just the audio. If you want to check this out, obviously you can check this out everywhere that podcasts are heard. You can also check out his YouTube channel. Okay. So we're just going to roast and recap it the way we do. We take a comedic look. We just give our opinion. And you're free to have your opinion. I love hearing from you guys. So sound off in the chat. So this is the first episode of Tom Sandoval. All right, there's Jason. There's Jason and Tom. They're in their little studio, which I think is in Tom's house. Maybe not. There's Jason. I mean, this guy looks just like what's his face? No, I forgot the guy's name. You know who I'm talking about. That the guy that did the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, who it recently came out from his ex-girlfriend that he might be an asshole too. Jonah Hill. Okay. It's a Jonah Hill doppelganger. So this poor guy has just been, really, he's Tom's drummer. He's Tom's best friend. And, I think he's trying to help his friend out. I think he doesn't want, the well to dry up, the money well. And, yeah, I mean, there's Tom in his lifted shoes with a guitar on the back. Does he know how to play guitar? I don't know. I see him holding it at the concerts, but I'm not sure if he knows how to play it. With a bar, but he's not drinking. But we got to get into it. We just have to get into it. Joleen, get into it. The Jonah Hills have eyes. Oh my God, S. Evans, you cracked me up. All right, you guys, let's just do it, okay? If you haven't already, smash that like, share this with any friends who love Vanderpump Rules or Bravo and have a good sense of humor. All right, let's get started.
Hey everyone, welcome to the first episode of my podcast.
Oh, P.S. We'll be stopping frequently to abide by fair use and provide my commentary. Okay, so if you're like, Jillian, let the whole thing play, I literally can't. Copyright issues, and we're doing fair use commentary. Okay.
Everybody loves Tom. Later on today, we're going to be talking to my friend, one of my BFFs ever in my life, Kyle Chan. Great jewelry design.
I mean, I do think it's weird that a 55-year-old man says, one of my BFFs forever in life. Ever, one of my biggest BFFs. That's a little strange. It's a weird way to talk about your friends when you're a 62-year-old man, allegedly. Remember, everything I say is alleged for entertainment purposes only. However, everything I say is true, except for the parts that are false. All right.
I'm sure you've seen him on the show many times. He's also been on Bling Empire and other things as well. Really excited to talk to him about his Gold Bar whiskey collaboration, as well as our history together. But before that, I would like to introduce my friend, as well as my fellow bandmate of The Most Extras, the drummer and producer of this podcast, ladies and gentlemen, Jason Bader.
Hello, Tom.
What's up, Jason?
This was a very funny exchange. I almost want to just play this exchange because he's like, hello, Tom. And then Tom has this like goofy laugh. And then Jason's like, hello, Tom. And his last name is Bader. And obviously I'm like, Jason Masturbator, that's just where my childish mind goes.
Having me. Dude, yeah, of course.
We're doing the podcast.
We're doing the podcast.
We've been talking about it for a long time.
We have.
We're doing it.
Have you been talking about it for a long time? Or did you just do it because Rachel Raquel said she was going to do a podcast and then Ariana killed it on Dancing with the Stars, so baby wanted attention?
We will be doing, recaps of episodes of Vanderpump Rules, as well as the upcoming Special Forces show that I was on. I was lucky to be.
All right. This, are you trying to be Lala and Sheena with the recap stuff? Remember when he was hating on them for their podcast and making money off this? Well, now guess who's making the money?
I mean, I'm so excited for that. I'm really excited also for our Patreon subscribers because we'll be doing.
Oh, no. Don't give him. Oh, my God. Give me all your money over here on Patreon. Sir, you're going to have to prove that you can actually put out content on a regular basis. Oh, my. This is the episode 1. You already got a Patreon? That's wow, Tom. Wow. Tom loves Tom.
Of season 11 Vanderpump Rules, as well as the upcoming season of Special Forces and other things. We'll definitely dive into that.
Yes, Miss T.
This first episode, really want to
get to
sort
it.
of,
We're going to speed his voice up because him and his friend you could tell they're very new to podcasting, this kind of entertainment. And I'm going to be honest with you, very boring. The way they talk, just the whole structure of it, it wasn't really edited. It could have been edited down. It was boring City Township. No offense, all offense.
Like in this past 6 months or so, the narrative of my life has been more sort of written by everyone else. And so I would really just like to clear some things up, talk about some things that I've learned throughout this.
How has the narrative of your life been written by other people when you literally showed it to us on the television show? You tried to hide it from the audience and from your girlfriend, Ariana, and then we saw it go down. So how is this? This is what I love. And by love, I mean hate, is when these people who get caught doing bad things and bad behavior are going to be held accountable. They all of a sudden become the victim. And they're like, I feel like people have spun the narrative. The narrative was you effed your girlfriend's, one of her best friends. When her grandma died, when you guys' mutual dog died, you also filmed Rachel Raquel while she was fingerlinging herself in a FaceTime video without her consent. So I don't know how through the story this has been lost on people on the forgiveness train. Has he taken any accountability for that, for having this video in his phone and screen recording it without Rachel's consent? I thought that was illegal. Okay, Tom, but we're spinning the narrative.
Experience, steps that I've taken to really sort of better myself and try to use, this whole situation as a positive in some way, in any possible way. Because I feel like in any situation, whether it's failure or loss, you can really sort of try and take something from it.
And I think you have already.
Okay, Jason, calm down. Has he already? It's a lot of word salad, what you're going to hear. He's saying a lot of words, but they don't mean anything because they don't come with receipts. They don't come with examples. It's just, I'm, doing the thing and using this to, do something for something with something. And then there's something. Hello, Short Stack. Thank you for being a member for 26 months. Appreciate you.
Just and I've been someone who's seen you through this whole time and seen you evolve and grow. And one thing that I am super proud of you for and have bragged about you to a lot of people is that you have been sober since how long has it been so far?
Well, I haven't drank since I believe it was April 4th or 5th.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to need to check the records on that. Like as a sober person for many years, mazel, congrats. Sobriety would probably do you well. But again, I could have sworn I saw you at concerts on your tour, pouring shots, taking shots. Again, I don't know. But now we're doing the sobriety thing. We're only, 2 minutes and 43 seconds in, and the self-congratulatory, like Epic Turtle is saying, thank you, Care Bear, for being a member for 24 months, is crazy. It's like, whoa, Tom, you're so great. You did this. You help people. You're helping people. This podcast is going to help people. It's just going to help his pockets and hopefully help him pay back his mom.
That's really awesome.
Yeah.
And I know right before that you were, it was really a tough time for you and you were going really hard.
Yes.
And it's amazing. And you kind of did it on your own.
Yeah.
All on your own.
Yeah. I didn't really tell a lot of people during the process. I think that's kind of helps.
Yeah.
Also, quit smoking cigarettes. I was kind of the point where I was just like chain smoking cigarettes and drinking all day, every day. As soon as I got done working out, I'd start drinking. It was literally like, if I wasn't working out, I was drinking. If I wasn't drinking,
Well, notice he said sober from alcohol. And I'm assuming ecstasy, mushrooms still on the table. I'm just assuming. These are just speculations because he made sure to say sober from alcohol. Again, if you are, God bless. But I could have sworn we saw a video. Okay, I'm just going to leave it there.
Yeah. And this was because we went on tour early May. And I remember thinking, all right, well, he'll maybe stop before the tour. Because I know when we're on tour, it's easy to drink and smoke.
Yeah.
Like the grueling schedule and not really sleeping and
the nerves
especially.
I'll tell you what, going on stage.
Okay, I've been on tour. I've been on stage many, many times. It's calm down. You're doing karaoke. Come on. It's not like you're Adele over here hurting your vocals. It's not like you're doing a Beyonce tour or even a Taylor Swift. You're doing karaoke with a bunch of people who can play music when you are allegedly tone deaf. Allegedly, it's not. Calm down.
Especially that had to be one of the biggest challenges was like, getting on stage and performing, especially in the wake of all of this, not knowing how people are gonna, respond to this, if people were gonna throw shit.
Which they did. We kind of knew.
Donna said squirt and mushrooms. Squirt and mushrooms are always going to be on the table because if we know one thing about Tom Sandoval, he will cheat on you and he'll do it while holding a squirt. We know that about him.
On stage, it was pretty much like at least 3 shots, 3 beers.
Jeez.
Just to calm my nerves.
Yeah.
And that's normal. That was pre-scandal.
Oh yeah. On a rider we would have, and not just for you. You have a big band.
Yes.
But we would have 3 on a rider. 3.
How much is it on a writer? On a writer, we have a writer. Yeah, it's like Mariah Carey's. We asked for like all red Skittles. It's no big deal. We have a writer. No big deal. No big deal.
Bottles of liquor.
Yeah. Whiskey, vodka, tequila.
We would have, and we would bring our own.
Good lovin'.
And we would have shots in the green room before we go on. And we'd have our own.
We have at least 2 cases of beer, a case of seltzers.
It seems a little bragatory for someone who's newly sober. It's like, yeah, and then we had beer, yeah, bro, and then we did a couple shots. Oh, yeah, bro, yeah. No wonder you didn't know where your dick was going. I mean, this sounds like you were blackout, bro.
Oh yeah. Then we'd prepare just for you your own your own bucket of beers for the stage.
Yes.
Just for the stage.
Yeah.
And you'd go through those. Popping them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
kicking them over. Yeah. I kicked over so many beers.
Yeah.
I think it's kicking them back, right? Kicking it. But maybe he kicked the beers over. Maybe he was like, I'm spilling beers, I'm drinking beers, and I'm spilling beers. Go Tom.
But for you to go do this whole tour, and it was a pretty gnarly tour. Almost all of May we were on the road.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of amazing shows, but we had some really, rowdy crowds, some really amazing supportive people, but some really not supportive people who came to the shows just to disrupt.
No.
And to be there
oh my God.
Oh
my God.
They were, and to
I think a lot of people.
Not great.
Yeah. What really sucked too was seeing people be really mean to the fellow band members.
Yes, that's
Maddie.
Shut up. Stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Like, this is too victim-y. This is like, because he has to come back to, no, I'm a hero. I'm a hero, not a villain. Okay. And we have a very nice female in our band. She's a female who I have not had sex with, allegedly. Okay. And shout out to Maddie. She is very talented. But I mean, there might've been a couple a-holes, but let's keep it on point, Tom. We're trying to just go boom, 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 put things all over the place so that nobody pays attention to his behavior. So now he's just going to talk about, oh, God, these people are horrible. What they did to Maddie. Well, again, what did they do? Where's the proof? You're just saying things at this point. Tell us about what you and this experience and how you hurt other people and how this, what did you do to bring this on Maddie? How did your behavior draw that kind of negative attention? There's just no accountability.
Maddie used to get it really bad. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like
our female singer.
Yeah. Maddie, she's
our female singer.
No, that would kill me.
That kills me.
Now, allegedly, they had another female singer before this, another woman. We do like to be called women. Jason, for future reference, another woman who was their lead singer. And because Tom, come on, he's not the lead singer. No offense, all offense. And there might have been something that happened or went down, or Tom might have tried, allegedly, again. And then she had to leave the band. So, I mean, come on, Tom, give me a break. Give us a break,
Beautiful
Tom.
Person
and an incredible singer,
incredible
person.
Yeah, so much great energy, and she would get heckled on
beyond belief.
It was so bad. But one thing that I did notice, obviously a lot of people thought I was.
Oh my God, let's talk about her trauma. Let's bring her trauma into it. Yeah, it'll make people feel bad for us. Can you believe these monsters heckled her? Yeah, her. She didn't consent to us talking about this, but her. They said, what did they say to her? We don't know. When did they say it? I don't know. At a show. What? Yeah, we can't be specific as we're telling a story and trying to garner sympathy. We're not quite sure, but it was bad, guys. It was really bad.
Like, living some sort of like rock star life or whatever, living out my dreams. And I know Schwartz and other people were confused about that, but obviously, I had to make money. I was supposed to shoot Winter House at one point. That fell through. Obviously,
poor guy.
Endorsements stopped coming in.
Oh no.
And so I had to tour. At that point, I think
So just to give people a little bit of context, Scandoval.
So to give people a little bit of context, Tom is now saying he had to tour. He had to tour during Scandoval, even when his mom, even when Tom Schwartz, even when everyone was like, why aren't you paying attention to the other many businesses you have your white fingernails in? He's like, I had to pay the bills. I'm just gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna say, I'm guessing you put more into this band financially than you get out. Right. And another victim noises coming from Tom Sandoval. Allegedly, he makes, you guys, I was looking, this is from 2017, 2018. Then they had negotiated the main characters or main cast of Vanderpump Rules had negotiated like $25,000 per episode. So I'm assuming it's more by now. So that means that this guy was making $25K an episode of Vanderpump Rules, probably more, maybe 30, maybe 40, and having like 24 episodes a season. So he's making 600,000 to possibly, you know, if he makes more than 25 an episode, $1 million a season. Bro, calm down. What? I mean, you got to feed your kids. You don't got no kids. You going to feed your dog? No, they pass away and then you're busy humping people. So what are we doing here? What's going on? What's happening? We don't feel bad. We do not feel bad.
All happened in early March. We had already booked a tour from early May. And by this point, we really didn't have a choice.
No choice.
I guess we did have the choice to cancel almost, how many shows did we do? Almost 20 shows in May. We had that choice, but
we would have been blacklisted.
We would have been.
There would be no more band.
No more band.
What do you mean? Who's going to blacklist the karaoke band? Who is the blacklister? Who's the Harvey Weinstein of the karaoke singers? What are you talking about? People cancel stuff all the time. This is something that happens. I'm sure half of these venues would have been happy to put another act there at their local Rite Aid parking lot. They would have loved to have somebody else in there. What are you talking about? You would have been blacklisted. We had no other choice. Listen, Jason, I get it. You like being on the road, feeling like a rock star. You can play the drums. You don't want to believe you're a middle-aged man either. I get it. I understand. I too don't often want to believe I'm a middle-aged woman, but it's not good to, gas your friend up like this and say, the world needs you, Tom. They need your karaoke, just because you don't want to just live a mundane life, allegedly, in a home and marriage. I'm sure your wife is fantastic, and I'm sure you guys are very happy, but it sounds a little self-fulfilling. You know what I mean? Who was going to blacklist Tom Sandoval and the Most Extras? Who even knew about Tom Sandoval and the Most Extras? Nobody, right?
You can't do that.
No,
you cannot do that in the industry.
Our booking agents would have dropped us. All these venues would have never hired us again. And also, too, the staff.
It's not like you were booking these. It's funny to me as a performer who knows what it's like to book and go on tour. It's funny to me that they are trying to lie to people and act as though if you cancel a show due to a huge public scandal or sickness or whatever, that you may never work again. The only reason you wouldn't work again or no one would book you is if you sucked and you couldn't sell out venues. If you sell tickets, venues will book you again. That's how it works. They're there for the money. Please, sir, please. I feel like a lot of these venues did you favors, or they were like, wow, we've never had entertainment in our city before. And I don't know why that's the voice for that, but it is.
Thousands of fans who came out to the show, who genuinely wanted to come out and see us, who got babysitters for the night, who spent the money to buy these tickets. I think they would have been really bummed out. I mean, we were all over the country. We went to some towns and cities that don't get a lot of acts that come through. We go to a lot of people don't realize this. We go to a lot of major cities, but we also go to a lot of suburbs.
I love Jason that they catch himself. You people don't realize we don't go to a lot of major cities. Oh, we know. We don't really think there's any major cities that are like, who we got to get? Tom Sandoval in the Most Extras. We got to get them down here. Them kids that can play and then that guy that can't sing, we got to get them down here. I mean, I can't imagine that this is, no, nobody's going, God, when's Tom Sandoval going to perform here?
We're always like, we're kind of like on the outskirts.
Like in the middle of nowhere, kind of, but those are our favorite places to go visit.
They are, yeah.
They're usually like the best people.
Yes.
They're the most appreciative. They're the most
fun. Yeah, because it's kind of like LA. You can go see,
anybody.
All these big comedians. You can spend like $30 and go see like,
Joleen Lunzer.
Chris Rock.
Joleen Lunzer.
Arsenio Hall.
Joleen Lunzer.
Like if you were to go.
Isn't that funny how they only mention male comedians? They only mention the men. Isn't that interesting? It's on brand, Tom.
Try to like see them in these smaller cities. It's like, $200 tickets. And that's kind of like how it is with us. Like, it's hard to, book shows and
also the commitment to the band.
Yeah.
I mean, we tour with a lot of people, not just
Jason. We're talking about Tom Sandoval. He doesn't even have a commitment to his life partner or his partner, Tom Schwartz, in their other business. Why would he have commitment to your band, sir? I love it. Commitment to the band, right, Tom? And Tom's like, oh, what's commitment? Bro, seriously, like, dude, like, no, like, what? Huh? The Tom Sandoval and commitment, that they don't live on the same planet, Jason. You know that. Come on, Jason.
We have a 9-person band.
Yeah.
Plus our crew.
9
people.
Jesus Christ, a 9-person band. Was this a damn symphony? The guy can't carry a tune. He needs 9 people. Oh, Tom. Tom is like the worst businessman. This is horrible. He is just getting, I mean, robbed of all this money. And all those performers deserve to be paid because they're all very talented, minus Tom, allegedly. But 9 people, Tom, for what? I mean, what is he? What is it? A ska band? I don't understand. What's happening here? Remember that one band? Never have it. I better knock on wood, but I knows it, like with the horns and stuff. Is that what we're doing? Is that what's happening? Okay.
They rely on the tour to keep them going.
Yes.
Including myself. I mean, every people, you got a lot of people
I
who
was
rely on you, including you too.
Yeah, I
at
was
that point.
definitely, relying on it. And I, at one point, I know we did like 10 or 8 shows in 10 days.
Yeah, it was
in 8 different
grueling.
cities. And it was really, really grueling. I mean, we don't have a tour bus. We're like in a sprinter van.
Yeah.
You know,
driving
like,
a U-Haul with all of our equipment behind you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You always drove the U-Haul. Did a great job with that, man.
Yeah. Hey, that's what I'm there for.
Jason, you're being used. You're being used as like the friend, like the sidekick, like, oh, yeah, you drive the U-Haul. JJ's like, okay, I'm just happy to be here. Jason, if I was Jason's wife, I'd be like, no, Jason, you don't drive the U-Haul. Make him get a driver. What is going on here? Pink Flamingo says, I've seen Corey Feldman in concert, and that was like watching a car crash. I would rather watch 10 straight days of Corey than 2 hours of Tom. I would watch Corey. I would rather listen to Corey Feldman and watch him in concert for the rest of my life and never be able to listen to any other music than listen to Tom Sandoval in a full concert. No, thank you. No, thank you. Corey Feldman, actually, I mean, there's a little draw there. He's Corey Feldman, I mean, Tom Sandy butt? No.
Yeah, and I always thought whenever I see people on like these Vanderpump groups or on social media making fun of you for paying the band for being in the band or something, like how they kind of like poked fun at you last season for this. For like you pay your bandmates, and they thought like that's weird, or like they made fun of you for that.
No,
but it's like
that's what you do.
What do you do? So do you think Bruce Springsteen doesn't pay like the East Street Band?
Yeah.
What do you think? How do you think these people make money?
Yeah.
These are people who went to.
Okay, stop trying to spin this shit. Nobody thought it was weird because he paid people to perform. We thought it was weird because he doesn't have money. So he's paying people to perform with him for funsies, because this is before we heard anything about a tour. It was just like, hey, come jam band with me. I'm going to pay you while you owe your mom all this money, while you can't pay for these other businesses, and while you took out money on the home you own with Ariana. That's why we thought it was weird. We're like, hello, you're not budgeting correctly, sir, and it's affecting other people. And you showed us that on TV, so we had an opinion. Wow, they are really trying to make him out to be a victim. You are just really bad with finances, sir. That's just how it is.
Music school who are phenomenal musicians. Why wouldn't you pay them? That's how. Do these people not get paid by their bosses or people who hire them to do their professionals?
Yeah.
Jason, even your voice is like, you can't do this. Don't try to call us out, Jason. You don't want us to come for us or come for you. We'll come for us too. But don't call for us unless you want us to come for you. And I don't think you want this, Jason. He's like, well, don't they get paid? Seem like a nice guy, Jason. Cool it over there. Let big man in the platform converse. He's 76 years old. He can handle this, buddy. He don't need another cyst male, according to Tom Sandoval. Fighting his fights, Jason. Sit down, Jason.
Of course.
And I commend you for that.
No, I mean, that's one thing. I mean, when we got this band going, I mean, you did a hell of a job. You and Colin, our musical director.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys did a really good job of just keeping this really professional. And
because
previously with bands I've had, the thing that's been always lacking is the professionalism, the drive, the recording, the getting the content together, to put it out there, and then it ends up like never going anywhere. And it's like wasted years, wasted hours. I wasted so much time in previous bands, and that's one of the reasons why I was reluctant to even ever do music again.
So you were saying at that time.
Do you notice how you can't even take accountability? You just got done telling us that you were spending all this time drinking and partying and treating it like it was just like a good old time. You weren't treating this like a business, your band. And now you're going to blame it on the other people that you were in a band with previously and not your own self. I mean, the reason you probably weren't successful in music in a band, well, first, you can't sing. I mean, that's kind of key. That's not necessarily subjective. Okay, comedy is subjective. People can go, that's not really my sense of humor. But if you can't hold a note and you're literally tone deaf, or you're just karaoke-y, that's pretty objective. And so now you're going to blame the previous bands you were in because you treated it like a party. So you need Jason and some other guy you named to wipe your butt, clean you up, and get everything organized and drive the U-Haul for you to just sing bad karaoke? Do you realize how pathetic this sounds, Tom? Tom, I don't want to have to drag you this bad. I don't want to have to, but you're making it impossible not to. I mean, this sounds really bad, Tom. This is not good. You want to blame everyone for the mistakes in your life. Clean it up. Clean it up, Tommy. You got to clean it up, Sandy Butt. It's not their fault that you lack the drive. You lack the discipline to get it done, because you're not always going to have Jason's there to pick up after you. Or maybe he will. I mean, so far it seems to have kind of worked for him. But dude, take some accountability, brah.
Going on tour was less you living your rock star dream and more of a financial commitment to people, but also it was necessary for yourself.
Yes. And honestly, I think that...
Okay, so Tom Sandoval is like some big employer employing all these hardworking, salt of the earth people who need this money to pay their kids and to pay for their new sparkly pants. No. This man overspends. This man is bad at finances and businesses, allegedly. This man already had his hands in too many things as it is, and he did want to live out his rock star dream. Just admit it. Admit you like the attention. You love having your shirt off and screaming into a microphone and calling it singing. Just admit it. Honestly, self-awareness, just a little bit would help you so much, Sandy Butt. Come on, bro.
Quitting the drinking, and going on tour, like it might have actually saved my life. Like I can't imagine being cooped up because I couldn't go anywhere at the time. Being cooped up in a place, not being able to do anything, just wallowing in misery.
Yeah.
And at that point, Rachel had, and honestly, that's one of the reasons why I stopped drinking. I stopped drinking the day that she went into the Meadows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember those were very dark days.
Okay. What do you mean you couldn't go anywhere? We saw you going out. We saw you going to Rachel's to hump. We saw you having Billy Lee over. We saw you and heard the stories of you in your home, and Ariana just needed her space and time with her girls, and you were like, no, it's my house too, and got super aggro. You went on trips, and then shortly after you went on tour. What are you talking about? What are you even talking about? And you were you were just a prisoner in your big mansion in West Hollywood. You couldn't just went and swam some laps in your pool. I mean, cry me a river. Maybe if you had a studio apartment and you were living paycheck to paycheck, but you went out. We saw you out, bro. You were wearing all black, dressed in all black like the Omen. You were smoking cigs, going to Rachel's I'm going to North Hollywood to see my girlfriend mistress. You were living the life, bro. What are you talking about? This is rewriting history. This man is trying to rewrite the entire story.
Because we had a show the day this whole thing was broke by TMZ or whoever.
It was broke.
Friday. We had a show.
He was everywhere, Jada.
Anaheim, yeah.
Anaheim. And I remember we stayed over in Anaheim. I remember dropping you off at your house. And those were dark days.
Really dark days.
And I remember
there's nowhere I could go. I still have paparazzi outside my house.
Yeah, you literally do. But I remember.
You wouldn't have a career if you didn't have paparazzi outside of your house right now, sir. You would not have a career unless people gave a shit about what goes on in your life because you're a reality star. Most of these reality people have to call the paparazzi on themselves. Don't pretend like this isn't exactly what you need to make money and exactly what you kind of like. Come on, bro. Stop.
6 months. Still have paparazzi outside my house.
And you've been alone for a while longer.
That was like a humble brag. 6 months, bro. Still have paparazzi outside my house. 6 months, bro. 6 months. Who else can say that, huh? Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band? Probably not.
That's crazy.
And
It's crazy.
Months ago, I remember this will blow over.
Oh,
This will blow over.
I mean, hearing people, it got a little frustrating to hear people be like, Tom, just give it a week. Just give it a week.
The
There'll be
next
a new
new
thing.
cycle.
There'll be a new thing next week. It's fine. I'm like, no, it's not going anywhere, guys. It's not going anywhere.
No.
Oh my God.
And what-
It's just, it was crazy. I will say though, going on tour though, I felt like it was really a good and important move to get out there and reconnect with fans of the show. Cause I know people do. They came out to sort of like.
Was it fun reconnecting with the women that held up the banner that Tom pay your mom back? Was that fun? Was it fun reconnecting with the audience when you were like sold out crowd and then people posted pictures and it was like not even halfway full? Tom, stop it. Tom, why are you doing this? Why are you talking about yourself and trying to build yourself up so much? Why is that need there? Ugh.
See what was going on with the band, to witness the band for the first time, but also just to like be a part of it, be a part of the historical Scandoval of it all.
I think there was, yeah.
Thanks,
and
Jenny.
they came out, some people came out to hate, but then ended up like, you know, when I would go out, because I would go out and make sure and take pictures with every single person who came. And I think just being out there and just being, you know, nice, authentic, open, like with people really sort of like, oh, this guy is an actual human being and not just some sort of evil, you know, demonic character in a movie, you know? Like,
yeah, and my favorite part was looking out and seeing the people in the crowd who were wearing, and I would say most of the people who came to those shows on tour wore t-shirts that were not very nice to you. I mean, they were funny, kind of, but were really not nice. I mean, every name in the book, evil.
Jason, you know what? When you do not nice things, people will say not nice things about you. When you act like an asshole, people might call you an asshole. And that's not bullying. That's life. Okay? So when you publicly are a complete and utter asshole and you share private, or you screen grab and then it gets shared, private fingerling, sexting with your mistress, and you're cheating on your girlfriend when her grandma dies and the dog's dead, and you're just liar, pants on fire, while you're on a show judging other cast members and wanting to out their relationships, people are going to have opinions about it, Tom. Jason, they're going to think he's an asshole. Jason, you can't convince me that you don't think Tom's an asshole too. It's just, unfortunately, this asshole's paying you. Well, he's not paying us. So we're not biased. We are looking at it through the lens of life. And we think, asshole recognize asshole. Okay? We see. Jason.
Mustache, really scumbag and shithead, all the stuff.
Yeah.
But what I loved seeing was those people in the crowd dancing the hardest.
Yeah.
You know, wanting to, you know, put their hand on your hand, but then also they would wait after the shows for sometimes an hour to get a picture with you. So those same,
and they were really nice too.
They were really nice, but also I got to say,
Well, wait a minute. I mean, are they really nice, or are they assholes wearing shirts that are cruel and bullying and trolling you? So if these people are really nice, are they assholes or are they nice people? Are they the assholes who trolled Maddie and were horrible to her? Or are they nice people? What are you guys trying to say here? You're saying so much. No, this is not Jason from Up and Adam. This is Jason. I don't know who. I don't know. His last name is Bader. Jason Bader. Jason Masturbator, allegedly. You guys, come on, have some fun. And he's Tom's drummer, and he's like Tom's personal assistant. You see him in videos, TMZ things, and he's carrying all the equipment. Tom's just like, oh God, so I didn't see you there, guys. I forgot I called you. Like, come on.
Really nice to take a picture with them. If somebody wore a t-shirt with my face on it that said like, fuck Jason Bader, I don't know if I would take a picture with them, yet alone with 30 of those people. And every night you did that. Well, that has got to say something about you, Tom.
Well, I've always hated when people judge me for what I wear. So I didn't want to judge them for what they wear. You know?
Yeah, I guess you're right. But I gotta say, there was people, I feel like that was the connection that maybe they needed.
Yeah, I think it really helped. And also, I did notice that people, and I understand this, like,
not Jason Butler. Donna. Oh my God. Jason. Yes. Jason, not Jason from Up and Adam. Shout out to Up and Adam Jason. We love Jason. This is a different Jason. This is Tom Sandy Butt's paid friend, Jason. Thank you, Miss T.
Lost a lot of friends in this whole situation. And it was, a lot of it has to do with the fact that it's not easy to be my friend right now. And it definitely was.
No, a lot of it has to do with the fact that you're a bad friend. And you even screwed your friends over in this process, and you put them in a really bad position. That's what it had to do with. Okay? Your behavior, Tom Sandybutt, me, Tom, I did this. I created this. This wasn't just something that happened to you, like Ariana said. Do we got to play the clip from Ariana? Because my God, this guy, listening to it a second time is almost worse. Just the delusion of him. You know, nothing happened to you. You did it. Listen to Ariana again.
Nothing happened. You did it.
Did it. Nothing happened. But Tom is just sitting over there like, I'm just like super popular.
I've been gone and I have been very busy. Like, honestly, I've been like super busy with, like, I'm actually very popular right now. Like, this is truth. Like, you know what? The sky is blue. We know this.
Like, the sky is blue. Like, we know that. Tom reminds me of That Girl, but I believe That Girl is legit satire and he's for real. which is crazy.
back then.
No way.
You know, it's
No way.
people just everybody from you,
No
Billy,
way.
Kyle, you know, these people like just would just be seen with me and just get so much hate. I mean, so much hate. And it was really sad to me. But, you know, so I would understand. And this was something that I would see people doing is they would come and they would have a great time at the show, you know, rocking out, dancing, singing along. And then like they would just post like one quick video of them like, you know, with their phone out, like flipping off the stage, just being like.
So Tom Sandoval was paying so much attention during his karaoke concerts that were allegedly sold out. There were so many people in the audience that he can pinpoint the exact people that posted on social media who were actually having a good time throughout the concert because he was paying attention and he saw each and every one of those people who then went on to post and flicked him off in a post, but really they were having fun. So Tom Sandy Butt knows for a fact, you guys, that everyone in his audience who later went on to post videos of them saying, we love Ariana, pay your mom back, you're an asshole, were actually people who just did that for the gram, and they had a great time, and he knows this for a fact because he took notes on all of them. He recorded all of them illegally without their consent, like he recorded Rachel Raquel while they were sexting, and so he knows this. I mean, this is ridiculous, right? Everybody thinks this is ridiculous, that this guy is saying this. He's just creating realities that don't exist with no proof. And it's not feasible that he could be on stage as a performer unless you had 4 people in your audience. You could know every single person and what they did throughout the entire show. And then if they went on social media, you went and checked that and were like, wait a minute, that was Donna. No, I know Donna and Debbie had a good time because they were singing through most of it. So they're just doing that for the gram. Don't worry. Oh, who's that? Alex. Oh no, Alex is lying. No, she actually said she loved me. Tom.
We did not have fun. We came here to troll Tom, and that's what we did the ententire time.
Yeah.
They would just get that quick video of them like this. It's like, yeah, fuck you, Tom.
I know.
And then they're like, finish singing the song. Like,
because what ends up happening a lot too, that a lot of these people don't realize is all of these people who come out who are your fans and who love you and who are there to just have a good time and not want to deal with the drama of that.
yeah, they just want to lose themselves.
Yeah, they end up being like, take that shit down. What are you doing? They end up fighting. There are arts.
Oh, yes, there are a lot of fights that are,
So now people fight for Tom. There were people who threw down. There were middle-aged women who came out, got a babysitter, brought a knife, and were like, put it down, bitch, or you're going to get cut. Like, what, Tom? What is... He's trying to make it like West Side Story or some shit. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? The Tom gang that were there, and they were like, are you Tom's up or Tom's down? Because I'll cut you, bitch. Give me a break. Give me a break.
Between like the pro Tom people and the anti-Tom people, which we don't want.
No.
That. But then like there are fights in the venues that obviously these people who like run the venues and the security don't want. We don't want it.
No.
You guys don't want it.
It's
so it's like
disruptive,
it's disruptive to you guys. So it's, I don't know. It's no fun for anybody. Who wants that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
Jason, if you don't know, then don't do a podcast. This guy is, I don't know. He is very Schwartz energy. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to have a little bit of conviction, but also puberty is going to hit during my conviction. And then go, I don't know. Can't blame me. No, this is not it.
I'm excited to bring Kyle on.
Yeah, me too.
He actually made an amazing old fashioned, and he's going to show us the recipe that actually landed him the Gold Bar collaboration. So I'm really
All right, so now Kyle Chan's going to come on, and we're just going to kind of fast forward a little bit. And he's going to talk to him about his whiskey collaboration and how he's his best friend and the bestest friend that ever friended. You can't have a better best friend than him while Jason's sitting there. The disrespect to Jason. He is sitting there and he has to listen to that. Tom, you are a worm with a mustache.
You're a worm with a mustache. You're a worm with a mustache.
And as a cis male, Tom is going to talk to Kyle. And they're gonna have quite the conversation. So we'll do this quick little cis male video, and then we'll get into it.
The new thing is that, you know, as a cis male,
Did you say cyst?
raise your voice, yell, do whatever you feel entitled to do. But as a straight male, if I was a woman, I could do that. If I was a gay male, I could do that. But as a straight male, if I raise my voice, it's wrong.
Tom Sandoval trying to fight for his right to yell at women. If he was gay, he could do it. If he was a woman, he could do it. But just because he's a cis Male can't yell at the women's. Ugh, the injustice, Tom.
Something tells me that we shouldn't be drinking and doing the podcast.
No, it's great.
You might slip, you know?
Okay, so Kyle's on, and Kyle's going to make an alcoholic drink. And then Kyle says, something tells me we shouldn't be drinking and doing this podcast. And I'm just like, what is going on here?
That is the drink that I managed to score the deal with Gold Bar Whiskey.
We can give this a name. What would we name this?
I would name it the Kyle Chan Gold Rush Old Whiskey.
Yeah. The Kyle Chan Gold Rush Old Fashioned.
Yep.
All right, I love it. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Cheers.
Yes.
Something tells me that we shouldn't be drinking and doing the podcast.
No, it's great.
You might slip, you know?
No, this is what we want. We want people to be comfortable,
Candid.
casual, candid.
I'm confused. We got to pull up the video for a second, because is Tom then, is he drinking the beverage? Okay, let me just pull this up, and we're going to see if this will work, and we'll provide fair use commentary on part of the video. All right. Also share audio. Okay. Yes, we want to do this. All right. So here's Kyle Chan has joined the Sandy Butt podcast, and we're going to speed it up a little bit too, because we don't want to. So we'll have a visual. I'm going to make it smaller so that I'm the focus. Fair use, Tom. Don't be a dick. Don't be a dick. We can provide commentary on your stuff. If you copyright strike me, you're a dick, and I will counter, and you'll have to take me to court, Tom. And I don't think you have that kind of money, Tom. Okay, don't do it, Tom. You don't want to do it. Okay.
Shouldn't be drinking and doing the podcast.
No, this is great.
You might
You guys hear
slip,
that?
you know?
No, this is what we want. We want people to be comfortable,
Candid.
casual, candid.
Okay, you know? Just admit the experience. Any other wood, it's like a little too inside here. You just send you a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
No, I tried some of the had yours yet, because
Yeah.
I know you went through a rigorous process of deciding, and I know I tried some of the front
The
runners
first- yes.
and top contenders,
It was
and they were really good, but
so
they were not aged 18 years.
Yeah, it was actually more than I thought the process is going to be. I just thought that whenever it's a collaboration, right, they just send you a bunch of stuff and then you go yes no, but it was a little bit more intense than that. And we're gonna put it inside here. And I personally like to smoke it with rosemary, because I feel like any other wood, it's like a little too.
So he's going to have
Strong.
the drink, but he doesn't drink.
And I don't want it to take away the experience.
We'll see. We'll see if he does. I
We
don't
could
know.
give this a name. What would we name this?
I would name it the Kyle Chan Gold Rush Old Whiskey. Like,
Yeah,
old fashioned.
the Kyle Chan Gold Rush Old Fashioned.
Yep.
All right, I love it. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Cheers.
Yes.
Something tells me that we shouldn't be drinking and doing the podcast.
No, this is great.
You might slip, you know?
No, this is what we want. We want people to be comfortable,
Candid.
casual, candid.
Okay.
You know.
I mean, it looks
I've
like
gotten
he
some of the
drank
biggest trouble on any podcast.
some of the
about
drink.
drinks.
Well, I told you
No,
so. And you never listen. You just like to do
And
your
there
own
he just
thing.
went.
so.
When is this? When is
He drank the drink. And it looks like the same drink as everyone else. Tom, you just got done telling us you're sober and you drank the drink. Why are you pretending? Why are you playing in our faces like this? What are you doing, Tom? This is ridiculous. What in the pearl necklace is going on over here? Tom forgot he was in recovery. He was like, oh, yeah, but only Mondays from 5 to 6. That's it. Since April, though. Since April, Mondays 5 to 6, I don't drink. And now we just saw him allegedly. I mean, what was that? Drink whiskey. This is really, this is comedy, Tom. And you don't mean it to be comedy. And that's the sad part. All right. Let me know if you guys can hear it. Okay.
this is supposed to hit the market?
Should be November.
November.
Yeah, November should be ready. So a lot of people actually missed the epic party in San Francisco in
Yeah.
Treasure Island. It's so ironic because Gold Bar Whiskey, obviously all Gold Bar, and they're on Treasure Island.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that makes
Yeah.
perfect sense.
nobody
Um,
wants to miss that party.
It was such a great party. Sheena performed, with
Good as gold.
The 27th. Yeah, good as gold. And then you got tons of press because there was a fight or like
Yes.
a little.
That you somehow got yourself involved.
Yeah.
Well,
Jason says that you somehow got yourself involved in. So they're going to talk about the fight that was during the finale during Kyle Chan's party. And you notice how Tom goes, you got a lot of press out of that. See, Tom, you can't fool us, Tommy Sandy Butt. You love the press. You know these opportunities and you know how much you need this. And these are the things that you think about. So even though a fight breaks out at your friend's party, you're not like, oh, it's horrible, people fighting. You're like, oh, you got a lot of press on that. But you want us to believe that you're just up in arms over these paparazzi camped outside your house. And pretty much every interview we've seen with you and paparazzi looks like you called them. And then you made a bracelet for one of the guys. And let's be real, like people are saying on the chat, they're waiting for Ariana. They're not waiting for you. You're in the way because you still live in the house with her. That's what it is. Okay.
So
Explain yourself.
I see this guy running away from a way bigger guy, and I'm like, and the bigger guy is going after, you know, the guy who threw the glass of wine, and which was great. I got some wine slung all over me. And then this guy's just like walking after him, like I'm gonna, you know.
Yeah.
And it was I didn't know what was going on at that time because I didn't see that one of the guys had a earpiece in.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if he was like security or what. I just thought maybe two people were. So I immediately jumped in to sort of like separate them.
Yeah.
And then I saw that this guy actually was security, and then like the other guy that was causing the issue, whatever, he picked up a chair. And
So Tom Sandoval was going to be the hero. I need a hero. I'm looking for a hero to the end of the. He was jumping in. He's like, I saw a big guy and I saw a little guy, and I thought, no, Tom, you wanted to get in where you fit in or where you didn't fit in, because you knew that was going to draw more attention to you. This guy just loves being in it. He loves to fight with women, and then he loves to only fight with men once he sees that, you know, a lot of other people are intervening. Come on, Tom. You knew that was security. Tom, you weren't going to go fight the bigger guy. Tom, we've only seen you fight women in the past, allegedly. All right. Maybe Jax. Didn't they headbutt? I think they headbutted. But that took a lot. He had to bang your girlfriend. He had to do so much. But you've done more to Stassi. And she's done less.
I, you know, went to grab the chair, and then somebody else grabbed him and pulled him out. And I just started to make sure that he had control of the guy. I think the guy was just more worried about getting away from the big dude who was obviously going to destroy him.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kyle, is that somebody that you invited to the party?
Well, I actually, he is one of my customers' husband.
Okay.
And I've only met them in a professional setting, and they were both like really nice people. And I actually warned Gold Bar Whiskey. I said, well, since it's open bar and we're only serving whiskey, I'm not trying to justify what he did, but I think people get carried away when they see the cameras around.
Yes.
And seeing all the cast member, and on top of that, it's the season finale.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. That's a little interesting tidbit, that the guy that started the fight that we'll see probably in the season finale of the upcoming season 11, that Kyle Chan knew this person being the husband of one of his customers. Because we had wondered, like, was this guy coming after Tom? What was happening? This is at the Vanderpump. Who got the wine thrown on them? But it sounds like, I mean, I still don't know who even got the wine thrown on them, but it sounds like it was just someone who had a lot of brown liquor and felt real tough, real tough.
Yeah.
So I think that he might have more than, you know, his normal alcohol.
It wasn't a short party either.
Yes.
You know, these, like,
they came in like a day before, like 2-3 days ahead of time, probably, because it's a long weekend.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think he's quite intoxicated. I've seen him like getting really drunk already. And at one point, my partner James, escorted him out already and saying, do you need water or whatever? But then he seemed like he got hold of himself again and went back to the party. And we weren't aware of all of these things happening.
Well, I mean, there were hundreds of people there.
Yeah.
So
it was so crazy.
You can't tag all of them.
Yeah. But it's funny that people think you staged this. And I'm like, oh, nobody wanted to. You can't pay me that money to do that to myself.
Yeah.
I can't.
Well, people were messaging me the video saying,
Kyle Chan, he doesn't seem like the type. I mean, this is just going by what I can tell from looking at him. He doesn't seem like the type that would be like, you should have a fight at my party. He seems like the type that would be like, yeah, sure, well, I'll do it with the Vanderpump Rules season finale. But I don't think it was staged. It probably just was someone. I mean, have you drank brown liquor on an open bar? Someone's going to punch someone. Never do open bar, and especially a brown liquor open bar at these things. I mean, you just never know.
like, oh my God, somebody attacked Tom. What happened? Or somebody thought you were fighting that person. That's what it looked like on that video.
Well,
Jason is such, excuse me, a vanilla wafer. He's too vanilla. It's just, they got audio issues in this where Jason's way too quiet. Tom's way too loud. Kyle's mic is up. It's a mess. Oh.
You know, the headlines always sound better. Tom involved in fight at season finale,
yeah.
or Tom gets physical, you know, it's, you know, they
But it
gotta,
clearly looked like you
they
were
need
trying
clicks.
to de-escalate.
Yeah,
what was going on.
when I jumped in, I was like, dude, this guy is gonna destroy this dude.
Yeah.
Because the security guy was just, he was huge.
We don't agree with what he does, but people seem to think that we endorse it. No, we don't.
No,
I'm
you
not.
guys were kicking my ass.
Yeah,
behind
I'm
closed
like,
doors.
I'm smarter than that. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like there's a disconnect between supporting your friend who you don't agree with their, you know, the decisions they made, but still supporting your friend, your best friend.
Yeah.
Why does why? Okay, first of all, Kyle, you look super cute, but yeah, I mean, you definitely you got publicity for your product. But why does Jason have to have the laptop on his lap? Why can't we give Jason? Why can't he use that little table there? Why does he have? Why doesn't he get a desk or something? Why this is not good. Okay, this is really bad, and it looks bad. It's if you're gonna do some kind of someone has a laptop, you better get yourself a little table, a little desk to set it on. It can't be the laps. This is way too cash and not cash in a fun way, not at all. Or they just need to have an open conversation and nobody has a lap. Why does he have a laptop? Is he checking his Facebook? I mean, is he unfriending? What's happening? Are there that many bullies out there that are coming after Tom and he's got to clear it out of the social media? Why is it on his lap? I don't like it.
And, but still being there to support them.
Well, I think there's one thing that people don't really see, because when you're shunned by the entire country and then you get hate, every single person on earth thinks that because you're on reality TV show, so they're entitled to trash you, and you brought this upon yourself.
Why is it always trashing when people are just commenting on what they see and the product you put out there? Tom Sandoval's job, yes, is a reality TV star. He lives his life on television, which opens him up to criticism. Criticism is not bullying. Someone who is incessantly going after someone, contacting their business, trying to stop them from getting money, constantly just like calling them names that they're not, that is bullying. Talk to people who are really bullied in life, kids who actually take their lives from this. Tom Sandoval is not bullied. This is self-inflicted bullshit, and he doesn't own up to any of it, and he's so not self-aware, and he puts himself out there, and he's making money off of it, okay? Give me a break. We need to stop with this narrative that Tom Sandoval is somehow getting bullied. He is not getting bullied. This is a man who recorded Rachel Raquel and her fingerling, her sexting without her consent. That's a crime. And I mean, I don't know, that to me seems pretty criminal. And then if it was distributed, again, we know that Ariana was able to find it on his phone. She admitted that she did not consent to that. Okay. That is far worse than anything anyone has said about Tom. What Tom did to Ariana is far worse than anything anyone has said about Tom. I mean, this is ridiculous at this point. To create him as some kind of victim whose life is destroyed. His life is not destroyed. He's still got his platform shoes. He's got even more jewelry than ever. He's had time to get a bigger six-pack. He went on tour. He's got a podcast. He's on 3 TV shows, allegedly. Vanderpumprules, Special Forces, and fucking Masked Singer, allegedly. This is not bullying. Providing commentary on what people put out there for public consumption when they are a celebrity or reality figure, that doesn't make any damn sense. If nobody talked about this man, he wouldn't have a career. I mean, give me a break. I'm sure there are like 2% of people are assholes. The people that go and, do fake reviews on their businesses and can hurt other people's jobs, people that would show up at his house or something like that. But this is not, no one's trying to scare Tom. No one's trying to make Tom feel unsafe. The only person making Tom feel unsafe is Tom, because he's just putting his boner everywhere. So, I mean, this is just ridiculous. Okay. There are people who really get bullied. There are kids who deal with this and they do nothing but exist. Tom Sandoval made decisions in his life that made people have an opinion about it. I mean, that's what he does. He puts his life out there. And so people are going to have opinions about that shit. He made it far too serious, and he was still able to travel and have all the fun and drink all the liquor. So, I mean, my God, you guys.
So, and then on top of that, even your family is afraid to hang out with you, because the trolls don't only go after you. They go after your restaurant. They go after.
Since when was his family afraid to hang out with him? Give me a break. You brought your mistress home to your family in St. Louis and then lied to everyone. You know what? Honestly, if there is a victim in this, obviously, Ariana, obviously, even Rachel Raquel at this point with the the filming of her and just overall the response to Rachel and what she's had to do kind of disappear from society versus Tom, who didn't have to. Tom's no victim. He is just a grown man who makes really bad decisions in public and gets paid for it. He is still he wasn't canceled. He's done 3 fucking TV shows. 3. How is that canceled? Podcast, tour, merch. How is that? I don't get it. I know people want to feel bad for him because it's like the internalized misogyny and the patriarchy's pulling on you so hard. And they're like, oh, forgive the man, forgive the man. No, fuck that. People can have opinions about this man. That is our right to have opinions about these shows we watch and his shit ass behavior that continues to be shitty ass behavior. I mean, come on, you guys.
The people that you see, if you go to a
I
hair
had
salon,
to untag and delete pictures of me and my brother.
Oh,
you want to support.
The trauma. He had to untag and delete pictures of his brother. Oh God. Oh God. I am so tired of problematic men making themselves the victim when it's their behavior and themselves that are the actual villains in the story. It's their fault. You guys, he had to untag. Oh my God. He had to untag pictures of his brother. Well, maybe you shouldn't have acted like a complete and utter dickhead and your brother wouldn't have to worry about that, sir.
Your hair guy, and they'll be like, don't tag me, pretend you're not here. It's not an easy thing to do. And I've seen that. Like, you're living like a fugitive life. And
it was really crazy living like, I mean, it really was like living like a fugitive. Like the feeling of like,
what?
Being wanted for like a triple homicide, like not being able to go anywhere, being followed.
And this is the other narrative.
Hey everyone, welcome.
That's being spun, and it is the Tom didn't kill anyone. You're acting like he murdered someone, like he's a fugitive, like he's a killer. Nobody said he was a killer. He can still be a complete asshole and hurt people emotionally and continue to be delusional. And I mean, we don't have to. Why do you have to take it to the worst thing possible? No one has said this man is a killer. Believe me, I don't come online and roast and recap murderers. I'm not like, hey guys, today on today's Breakdown with Joleen, what we're going to do is we're going to roast and recap this horrible homicide. Let's get started. Don't forget to hit the like. Like, that's not happening. This is a dickhead who can't control his own dick and owes his mommy money and continues to be delusional, but makes hella money off of it. The guy's wearing a goddamn cardigan. He's fine. He's fine. This murder thing is like so ridiculous. You're a fugitive. There are consequences for actions. There just are consequences. So far, I haven't really seen him have a lot of consequences. He's just made more money than he ever has probably in his life. It's not our fault. He doesn't know what to do with that money.
When I got back from tour was like specifically a really, really hard
thing that, oh, it's like you deserve 3 days. The way you make money.
Day.
Okay, here we go. We're getting into our.
It did get really dark.
It got really dark, you guys. It got really dark. It should. It should. You should feel shame. You should feel bad. When you do bad things, you should feel bad. You should feel shame. Those are things. There are things that I carry with me my whole life. I feel bad actions that I had against people and that I've apologized for. But you understand that with apologies, you know, you can give them, but you're not owed they don't have to accept it. So there, when you do shitty things to people and you take advantage of people and you're a dick, I mean, you should feel bad. It's okay if he feels a little bad. He should feel bad. The problem is he don't feel bad. He only feels bad for himself. And this whole podcast, we're now 27, almost 28 minutes in, and all he's talked about is how great he is and how he's a victim. My God.
I remember when I got back from tour was like specifically a really, really hard day. I remember it was, you know, we were just finishing the second leg of our tour. It was when we did those like eight shows in 10 days. I hadn't slept.
Oh no.
And I came back and I remember like Ariana was shooting
all right, we got to play some sad music in the background of him talking. This is so, you guys, it was bad. He's going to talk about how Ariana was shooting the Duracell commercial and he wasn't involved in the Duracell commercial. And it was a joke on him. Oh my God. Don't make fun of cis males. They'll lose their shit. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. All right. So I'm going to have to silence my text messages here because I'm about to get texted a lot. Hopefully that silences it. So I'm going to put on the do not disturbo. Okay. All right. So here we go, guys. Let's see. We got to find a lo-fi maybe. No. Was it feeding ducks? Night driving maybe. Oh yeah. Here we go. Can you guys hear it? I'll put on 15. Let me know if it's too loud, the background music.
A thing for like Duracell.
Oh yeah, the battery commercial.
And it's like, you know, there's
I really
remember
like
like
it.
our tour.
So it was a very dark day, Ariana. I came home from my tour where I drank a lot and smoked too many blunts, and I did some shrooms allegedly, and I smoked a lot of cigarettes, and I was doing my karaoke, you know, the privilege of this guy that I get to go tour as a singer when I don't even know how to sing. And Ariana was filming a Duracell commercial I wasn't involved in.
Tour. It was when we did those like eight shows in 10 days. I hadn't slept.
Cocaine.
And I came back, and I remember like Ariana was shooting a thing for like Duracell.
Oh yeah, the battery commercial.
And it's like,
Batteries.
you know,
Oh God.
there's like people at my house, the fire alarm's going off in my house. My assistant Ann is like helping them put together like all their shot, like cleaning up and help.
Oh, I bet you Ariana didn't even refill the paper towels or the toilet paper. Tom's assistant had to do it. Oh, what a bitch.
Doing stage stuff for
Oh,
them.
horrible.
And
Oh my God.
you know,
It's
here
horrible.
there's this ad being shot that's directly, you know, poking fun at me.
Yeah.
And that makes me everything that makes me, you know.
Oh God.
And then like, you know, that same day, Kyle, you sent me this thing where like that
Yes.
like
I didn't know it was on the same day. I didn't know that was happening.
Sweet Lady Jane is like
Bashing you.
Sandoval's a liar selling cakes for
Yeah.
$400. Let's say Sandoval's a liar. Bring this to your next party.
So cute.
But yeah, that was rough. I was like, and then I remember Kyle, like I just
What's rough about that? It's on a TV show. You are a liar. You lied. You finally admitted that you lied. So Sandoval did lie. James did a song about it. Sandoval's a liar. Sandoval's a liar. Sandoval's a liar. Like, who cares? Also, Sweet
I
Baby,
was in such
I
a
want to support
had to do with
this business. I feel like I've ordered a cake from here before. Sweet Baby Jane Cakes? Is that what he said it was? Okay. Yeah, Sweet Lady Jane, not Sweet Baby. Sweet Lady Jane. I feel like I ordered Chilla birthday cake from here once upon a time. So go to sweetladyjane.com for all of your cake needs. I believe they have locations in Santa Monica, West Hollywood, Encino, Manhattan Beach, Beverly Hills, Calabasas, East Hollywood, Koreatown, San Fernando, Larchmont coming soon, and Marina Del Rey, where you can get your cake on and piss Tom's sandy butt off. And how dare you throw this business under the bus when you know this is a part of your business? Is people are going to have t-shirts with your face on. People are going to have Etsy accounts, make merch. Like, who are you to say that Sweet Lady Jane, how dare they? They did a Sandoval's a liar. Like, what an asshole. What a freaking asshole. That is a legitimate business, and that cake looked good. Let's take a look at that cake again. That cake looked good. I like looking at that cake more than I like looking at you, sir. Sandoval's a liar. Sandoval's a liar. I mean, why don't you call out James Kennedy then? He did the song. Oh, no, that would be too hard because he's a man. Then you'd have to call out another man. But this business is named Sweet Lady Jane. So you're assuming she's not a cis male. You are pathetic. I'm sorry. This dude's pathetic. How could anyone be a fan of him? It's so gross. Okay, let's keep going.
you know, when you get into that space mentally, I never understood. I remember I'll never forget this. Like, I went to the Grove, and I was a huge Linkin Park fan.
I'm sorry. The privilege. I went to the Grove, and if you ever lived in LA, you know the Grove is like, the Grove's awesome, but it is such like a privileged place. It's like expensive stores, some regular stores, but there's like a Gap, a Nordstrom, and it's like fancy, and you'll see a lot of celebrities there around the holidays. But you guys, it was so hard. I went to the Grove. So he's going to talk about, now he's going to use someone else's taking of their lives. So trigger warning, being the lead singer of Linkin Park. He's going to compare that to his situation. But the fact that he's like, I went to the Grove. Okay. I went to the Grove. Why do you have to name drop the Grove, bro? Shut up. I have seen James Kennedy and Rachel Raquel when they were dating at the Grove. Me and Nana walked right by them. It was me and Nana or me and Chell. And they were so tall and so skinny. But I've seen James a lot around town. He really liked the Chipotle on Sunset for a while. I'd always see him there and I'd be like, damn, James. But it didn't look like he ate Chipotle. I looked like I ate Chipotle. He did not. He must have got like the low carb option or something.
But I'll never forget this. Like, I went to the Grove and I was a huge Linkin Park fan. You know where this is going. Huge Linkin Park fan. And I saw Chester at the Grove coming out of the garage. He was at that Italian restaurant when you're coming out of the parking garage, walking into the Grove, into the middle, right where the fountain is. He was there. He's wearing a sleeveless shirt. I was like, I was with Ariana at the time. We were in a rush to like pick up clothes. But he was there. He seemed happy, or I don't know. He just was animated, energetic on the phone. And I saw him. I was like, oh my God, it's Chester. Like, literally days later, he had died. He had, killed himself. And I could never understand why. But when you get into that, headspace, it's like it's a domino effect. Like, your world starts collapsing on itself, and you cannot see outside of your feelings. Your peripheral goes away.
When did this happen to you? When you came home and Ariana got the Duracell commercial after you were on tour?
Your sense of like thinking about future, thinking about like, oh come on, like your ability to snap out of it goes away. And there were some times where I was, felt very, very close. And I'm just so glad that like I had you.
Even his friends are like, huh? What? What did Chester have to do with that? Why drag him? Rest in peace. Jeez.
I had, was able to, Billy came over that day. I think she took me to a comedy show to like get me out of it.
Was it funny?
Yeah, it was all right. It was okay. Yeah. But there was just so much. I mean,
Billy took him to a comedy show. Was it funny? Oh no, it's okay.
Also during that time, Rachel was away, and she, initially when all that stuff went down, like we were obviously talking to each other all the time, and we, and then she went away to that facility, to the Meadows or whatever, and I kind of was like at her beck and call in a sense, because you can, she got rid of, couldn't have her phone in there, no access to anything, and so I had to wait for her call, which can only happen maybe once a day.
Oh my God, he had to wait for his mistress's call while she was away in a mental health facility, and he was just living the life and going on tour and drinking and smoking and having his shirt off and making bracelets for paparazzi, and he had to wait for his mistress's call. What? The trauma!
And so when I would get that call from her, it would be like, oh my gosh, like, but I was constantly waiting there. And then, some days I like wouldn't get that call.
Oh, what a bitch. She didn't call him. Oh, he blew up her life. She didn't call him. Oh my God.
And it would, it would really affect my mood. And
so Rachel, the one that you filmed without her consent, while you were doing a phone sex video chat, FaceTime sexting, masturbation session, sometimes wouldn't call you, and that from the mental health facility that she had to be in while you were able to go live out your fake rock star dreams. And that really, man, how can anyone take this seriously? This is ridiculous.
I remember we'd be on the road, like we're touring, and I'm just like waiting. I'm like, even at band practice, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna probably get a call maybe between this time and this time. Yeah, sound check.
Yeah.
It's always a woman's fault. Ariana, she didn't give me sex. She didn't refill the paper towels. And then fucking Rachel Raquel's in the mental ward. She can't even call him, dude. Like, cis males don't deserve this kind of treatment, bro. They don't deserve this.
Whatever. And
oh my God.
And then sometimes it's like a week, would go by, or a few days, and it killed me.
When?
It's always a woman's fault. These fucking women, they keep screwing over Tom Sandy, but fuck the women. Yeah.
Was the last time you spoke to her?
Jason in his Barbara Walters era. What was the last time you spoke to Rachel Raquel? Did you say what was the last time? Jason, stop this. I thought I read that Jason used to do comedy. You can't be this bad at podcasting if you used to do stand-up a little bit. I think I saw that he did on his Twitter. Jason, what is going on here?
It was like the end of June.
Well, I feel like she needed help, and she's getting the help that she might think she wanted.
Yeah, but what about Tom, Kyle? Tom needs help. He needs more help than Rachel Raquel, in my opinion. He needs more help. He's way older. He's done way more shitty stuff. He needs more help than Rachel Raquel. I mean, she's lost in the sauce, but he's still trying to pretend like nothing happened. I mean, they're both in their victim era, but him even worse. Yeah, he's acting like Rachel went to war, and sometimes I wouldn't hear from her and know if she was alive. No, it was to feed him and his ego and whatever, and maybe he wanted just to, who knows, maybe he was making her send him stuff, maybe they were sexting, I don't know, but this is ridiculous. And it's all like, and fucking Ariana had the Duracell commercial. Sorry, yeah, she went to a wellness center, but at least she went somewhere. He didn't go anywhere. That's why people have such opinions, because he was just there being like, hey, it's me, Tom, hi.
If that's what makes her feel better, and this is what she's doing, then so be it. Because the only way for people to learn is they're going to do what they think is right for them at that moment. And then they're going to look back 5 years and 10 years from now, and then they go, I should have done it this way. So I think for now, the best way for you and her is give each other's time and let her do what she thinks is right. And I know whatever she said could be hurtful, and some of them may not be true, but there's no point of arguing or fighting.
What are you talking about, Kyle? What are you implying that she said that isn't true? That Rachel said isn't true, and she needs all this help, but Tom's just perfectly fine and killing it. That's what I don't understand. What is the implication here? Like, say things, say words that have meaning, and give examples. It's too cryptic. It's weird. If you're going to do this podcast, I'm going to tell my truth, but we don't even know what you're talking about. You're just basically implying that she lied and put out information that isn't true about you
anymore. And
yeah, I mean,
just let it be, and she'll learn. She'll decide what's good for her and not.
It's one thing I would have loved to go away, but one thing that I really, really like, am very fortunate and happy about in the way that I was forced to sort of deal with the situation.
No one was stopping you from going away, bro. We were begging for you to go away. You could have went away. Why is he? I would have loved to go away. Like, Rachel just had this great vacation. You could have went away. You could pay good money. You owe your mom $250,000, still allegedly. But you could have went away.
Is that, going on tour, it kept me busy, but it also forced me to face my stage fright in a sense. And
now we're talking about your stage. No one cares about your stage fright. I'm fast forwarding this shit. Nobody cares about your stage fright. Everyone has stage fright. It's a natural fear. You can get over it. Jesus, I've only been on stage once drunk. So, I mean, and then I was sober. So it was like, I always, even when I was drinking, I knew, in the back of my head, I'm like, I won't be good up there drunk. And so even when I did drink, I still never drank on stage. And now, I've been sober since 2012. So I can't even imagine what it would be like. Well, no, I can still imagine what an asshole I'd look like on stage. But nobody cares. No one's here to listen to this.
Hold up signs, seeing people, in that one place in
Pittsburgh,
Michigan.
Oh, Michigan.
Where those people stood there with those signs all day and like put some signs on their windows and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But like forced to handle that. But also talking with my therapist, I was able to.
Who is his therapist? Because I can't imagine they're happy that he's out there saying, oh, don't name him, because no one's going to go to this therapist because this therapy has not worked. And Ariana had a therapist and you wouldn't go to that therapist. And that was part of the problem in the relationship, is that Ariana went and did the work and you refused to
take things and things that he said, advice, apply them in real time to real life situations, and then be like, go back to him and be like, okay, this really helped me. And then be like, but this actually didn't help me. So we could like change and focus on different things. But I was able to apply, what we were working on in therapy to life in real time. And I think that was really important, staying here, facing it, right, being in it. A couple things.
So these are just low-key digs on Rachel Raquel at this point. Staying here, dealing with it. I'm tough. I'm strong. I stayed. It's like, no, that doesn't indicate anything good on your part. And Trinity, you're picking up on all the inconsistencies, and I love it. Trinity says that's an inconsistency too. Rachel said she couldn't have any contact with anyone, but she could write letters. But Scandoval was talking to her once or twice a day. I mean, that's the thing. There's so many lies. That's why I wish that on that season finale not the season finale, the last part of the reunion when Rachel finally came clean about, yeah, we were having sex, and yeah, it was when Ariana's grandma died, and yeah, it was in her house, and yeah, da 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 da. I wish she would it would have suited her so much better to just fully expose this man. And I wonder if Rachel Raquel has any intention of going forward and continuing to speak on, or if she can press charges on this man for screen recording their little joint masturbation session without her consent, and then saving it on his phone, not knowing who saw it. I mean, obviously Ariana found it, but who knows if Tom's the type of guy that would share that. I mean, someone that would screen record that without your consent is not a good guy in my eyes. That's not, if you know, some people will go, well, if you do that shit, don't expect someone not to record it. No, I do expect someone not to record it. Not that I do that. I'm too old for that now. But that doesn't do anything for me. But if she just thought it was between her and him in that moment and he screen recorded to save for later, that's some scummy, gross shit. So there's so many inconsistencies, and I really wish that she would just come out and just tell us the truth, the good, the bad, the ugly, because at this point, I think he wants her to die with some of these secrets. And there's still more secrets because obviously there's still all these inconsistencies, which is crazy. So really, can you truly ever be sorry if you're not fully honest about what you've done?
Things that really hurt my feelings is her, saying that she was alone through this. I mean, I cared and have always cared so deeply for her well-being throughout this whole situation. Like the day after the story broke, we went to her apartment. This was literally the first time that anybody really had seen us and not knowing that we were that we're in a thing. Yeah. We were very uncomfortable, extremely uncomfortable. There were production lights everywhere. We're shell shocked. Obviously our world's crumbling. No, we haven't slept. So we kind of just started pretending and being almost acting.
Like lovey-dovey.
Yeah. And it felt weird and gross. I don't know. It just felt making out with your mistress at your wife's funeral. It's fucking gross. We felt
Look at his friends. That is a horrible analogy, by the way. Making out with your mistress at your wife's funeral. Only Tom Sandoval's freaking head could go there. His just sick ass head could go there. Look at his friends when he says this.
I don't know. It just felt making out with your mistress at your wife's funeral. It's
Look at Jason. He's like, oh God, Tom, stop. Jason, run like the wind. There's got to be another somewhat famous friend you have that'll let you play drums in their karaoke band. Kyle, this ain't gonna sell the jewelry, my friend. It's not gonna sell the jewelry. This is not gonna sell the jewelry or the whiskey or whatever's going on here. This is truly, truly outrageous, and not in a fun gem way, in a ridiculous way. So now when him and Rachel Raquel got together and the cameras were up, production was back up, and everyone knew about their affair, they were just acting like they were in love, and it made him feel yucky, and he didn't like it. Yuck. It's not fun anymore when it's not under the guise of lying and deceit and secretive. Now you're just like my girlfriend, boring, bring a book, don't have a boner. I mean, are you really complaining about, God, it wasn't exciting anymore because everybody knew and the cameras knew, and it was just ugh. It's making out with your mistress at your wife's funeral on top of her casket. It sucked, man.
It's fucking gross. We felt it was wrong. We're like, fuck this. We're not filming anymore. And she went to Arizona the next day.
That's not why you stopped filming. You stopped filming because you lost control of the narrative of you on the show. You had a great edit season after season after season, and now you were going to get exposed for exactly who you have been, possibly who you've been all along. And you were mad about it because you weren't going to be able to be the nice guy, the guy that was, dictating and being the, voice of the show and talking about other people's problems. It was your problems that were out on Front Street. You didn't like it. You lost control as a cis male. That's why. Rachel, I know you watch this. Hello, Rachel. I hope you're well. Please, dear Lord, on your podcast, expose this dude. expose him, mention it all. Okay, not to quote Bethany Frankel, but mention it all, and not with Bethany Frankel, but mention it all. If you want to come here, I'll let you mention it all. Mention it all, girl, because this dude is just making shit up. I know you have a weird relationship with the truth too, but mention it all now. Now it's time.
Stay. I stayed here because I was supposed to film Winter House.
Oh God.
And
not Winter
then
House.
they were like, well, look, we're not gonna let you film Winter House unless you film with Sheena and Lisa and you start filming again. So they dangled that carrot in front of me. And so I filmed. So I'm sitting in LA by myself, nowhere to go, like nowhere to fucking go. And
what do you mean nowhere to go? You were just at Rachel's. You were humping her. You were hanging out. We saw you on the street, walking around, going to the local bar. You were at your own bar, pouring shots. People were there. What are you talking about? It wasn't until they were like, hey, I don't think it's a good idea for you to come to Schwartz and Sandy's anymore. And I guess you can still come to Tom Tom. So now you're saying you didn't want to have that conversation with Sheena. You didn't really care. You didn't want to be sorry. It was just for the show. And they made you. Otherwise, you couldn't have Winter House. I want to go to drunken Winter House. It's not fair. Oh, I got to stay back and film and do work. Oh, poor Tom.
And that's like when I like wasn't showering or anything.
But I mean, that smelly narrative has already been around. So, I mean, did you ever shower? I don't know. I mean, I did meet him. I don't remember him smelling bad, but I don't really remember smelling him. But now he's going to say, I didn't shower. Well, because you were just like drinking and smoking.
I couldn't go back home. Anyways.
His friends even laughed when he said that.
And that's like when I like wasn't showering or anything.
They laughed at him. That's like when I wasn't showering. They're like, oh yeah, we know. You stink.
I couldn't go back home. Anyways.
You could go back home. Remember the story that Kristen, all the girls shared about how you were indignant, you were mad, and they were like, please give Ariana some space. You're like, no, my house too. Tom living here too. Tom take money out of house for another bad business. And you wouldn't go away. So maybe one day you gave her a little bit of space. Get out of here, sir. You did whatever you wanted in that house. All the women have already told this story.
So like I ended up filming with Sheena and Lisa, and then Winter House ended up being like, well, no, there's no point in you going. I'm just like, shit.
Oh, Jason's like, oh God, oh, I hate this part. He didn't get to film Winter House. You guys, people are dying. Tom Sandoval didn't get to film Winter House. This reminds me of the Kim Kardashian Kourtney scene. Like, Kim, people are dying. She's like, I lost my earring. At least that had more value on it than Winter House. He's like, oh, I can't get drunk with Schwartz and sleep on a double bed in the basement by Lindsay and Carl before they allegedly break up. I mean, it's, you guys, I couldn't do another show where they pay me to get drunk. No one has suffered like Tom has suffered.
That whole producer situation came about because, you know, for years I have.
Now explain to people what you're talking about. Are you talking about how allegedly you then became a producer on the show, or you wanted to become a producer on the show, or they did give you a producer deal?
Put a lot of my own time and money back into the show. And I'm not talking about like for myself. I'm talking about for like the big picture, you know, the overall show, to up the value of the show. Like, to me, you know, it's like for her to.
$20 says he thinks the motorcycle with the sidecar was an investment for the show. Hey, it made the Toms. We're a brand. So when he's talking about how he invested in the show, it was probably that stupid motorcycle. Nobody asked for that. Nobody asked for that.
Come out and say, like, you know, you were never in love. It's like, so you came into a
trauma,
you know, a relationship, you know, and you carried this on for this long and did all of this for a period of 7 months, and you didn't even love the person. Like, that to me makes it so much worse.
Everybody deal with their trauma. I would say this is a trauma, major trauma. Very different.
Huh? So he's like, I didn't love Rachel. I had to realize that I was just banging a hot chick behind my girlfriend's back. It was, I don't know if you've ever experienced that kind of trauma when you know, we're like, no, I just want to bang this chick. And then everyone's like, well, if you're going to blow up your life, did you love her? And you're like, you know, I didn't. I love me. And then I love me.
You deal with it head on, sober, own it up, or fight a little bit. And she dealt with it, like to hide out, don't see the world, don't see other people. And
okay, now I know Rachel Raquel's recovery is questionable in the place she went to, but at least she did something. She disappeared and was like, I'm going to get some help. I'm going to do some trauma there, whatever the hell she was doing. Tom did nothing. He just kept partying and went on. And now these men, of course, it's a panel of all men who are talking about this and then putting down this woman who he was equal parts involved in this betrayal and this relationship. And now they're going to put her down. She ran and hid and went to a wellness center. Well, you, Tom, you faced it head on. You got drunk. You smoked cigarettes. You didn't shower. You were mean to Ariana. You wouldn't give her space. And then you went on tour and you screamed into a microphone and you called it singing. You did the damn thing, Tom. What these dudes are, I'm sorry, they're all dumb. They're all dumb.
Everybody needs like their time. Even Ariana, her whole aura like have changed a lot towards you. Like at the beginning,
Ariana.
she's like pretty like hateful towards you, and then now she's softened up quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, just the other day I was downstairs making dinner, and she came down into the kitchen, and she's got this like tower, this monolithic structure of boxes, and she just started going through them and like stuff that she's been delivered.
No eye contact.
No eye contact.
Okay, well,
but we're just, we're like sitting there, but we were there for like 10, 15 minutes. But
Tom, she had to go downstairs in her own house. I know you guys still live together. I don't know. I don't get it. It must be a money thing. It's got to be at this point because you took money out of the house, allegedly. But the fact that you're like, yeah, hey, Ariana's like basically on the verge of forgiving me. She came downstairs. She didn't look at me. She didn't address me. But hey, we were in the same vicinity of the mansion for 10 minutes. So obviously you guys, everyone should forgive me. And I'm a great guy.
She doesn't have to, today. She came downstairs. Billy was over. She like said, what's up to Billy? And like, it's pretty, I mean, look, like, after being around, in the same house for 6 months, like
coexisting.
Yeah.
Before all of these, you've never really get a platform to like your own platform to really say what you wanted to say.
Well, because he used a lot of other people's platforms and Howie Mandel's platform. Remember that, Jason? How well that went when your wife hooked him up with that interview?
And this is like the perfect timing. There's often like when you try to apologize, they will shut you down. When you cry, they'll say it's crocodile tears. When you use
Kyle, you watched the reunion. You saw that shit was not real. He was still lying. He was still carrying on the facade. Give me a break. They were crocodile tears. He was making it about him. What does he pay Kyle? Why is Kyle going this hard for him? This is weird.
So certain words they said you're not using the correct words. And
so he's talking about Ariana when Ariana was like no and corrected him on certain, well, because Tom's not as bright as them. That's not their fault. They're really, this is the victim. This is like, I'm a victim, feel bad for me.
Ariana doesn't want your apology. I talked to her. She's not ready for you to apologize.
Did she say you could share that?
She doesn't want to talk to you face to face. But regardless of all these, I actually think that this is finally for the first time, it's your own platform. Maybe you could give the audience in Ariana not like a closure, but the apology that you could use in your own words at least.
Well, of course I do. And it's been yes, of course I do. And it's
wait, what's going on here? Okay, because he got kind of like and then he was like checked himself.
Closure, but the apology that you could use in your own words at least.
Well, of course I do. And it's been yes, of course I do. And it's
he had to like bring himself back to almost being a human. Yeah, of course I do. Come on. I mean, yes, of course I do. I am a nice human, cis human.
It has been.
What just got him so upset?
Such a learning experience, with going through everything and with what I did and taking time to actually see the, repercussions of my actions. And, when you're in a scenario like that and you're so emotionally wrapped up in your feelings, you don't think logically, and you're just fucking selfish.
Yeah.
It's like a drug addict, kind of like sort of be.
Oh, here we go with the drug addict references again. Like Schwartz said, like Rachel Raquel's is heroin. Tom, stop. Well, if you do have a love addiction, if that's your thing, you have like sex addiction, love addiction, whatever it is, then someone should probably go to the rehabs.
Behavior, and I think I was just so unhappy in my life, and very just that I wasn't happy in the direction I was going. I felt trapped. And I didn't know how to handle it. And so I kind of just like rebelled in the worst way possible. And it was like exactly the opposite of what I wanted to do, but I ended up doing it inevitably. And it sucks, and I'm sorry for all the people.
Dude, it sucks, and I'm sorry. That's like, you guys, let's everyone get over it. Everyone build a bridge. Clearly he's sorry. He's like, dude, it sucks. I'm sorry. Dude, it sucks. Sucks, man. Sucks that happened. Did I do it? Probably not. Maybe. I don't know. Sucks, man. It sucks. Sucks, man. It sucks. Thank you so much, Mtronics, for the first super chat of the live. Appreciate it. It sucks. It sucks, man. Fucking sucks, dude. Yeah. Of course I feel bad. Fucking, it sucks, dude. It sucks. This is not how a grown man apologizes. It's not even how a kid apologizes. I don't even know what kind of apology this is, other than it's not one.
The opposite of what I wanted to do, but I ended up doing it inevitably. But
this isn't the first time the cheating. We know Miami Girl and allegedly other people, even your own friends, have said they've heard other women throughout the years. So just give it up, bro.
It sucks, and I'm sorry for all the
It sucks, and I'm sorry
people that I hurt.
for all the people that I hurt. Look directly at camera, right? Huh? All right. I think it's settled then. I'm a good guy.
In that process. And I know now and can see the value of my connections and friendships.
What?
I appreciate them more now than ever.
Well, yeah, when you screw them all over and then they leave, you're like, oh, I better hang on to anybody. Who wants a spot on the show? Billy, cool. You're in. Kyle, you want to sell some jewelry? You're in. Jason, hey, you stop being friends with me. We can't go on the road. Be cool, guys. Oh, I want to be a cool guy. Jason Beta. I want to be a cool guy.
Especially with you guys. And, obviously Ariana was somebody that I did love very dearly. And
Oh, shut up.
I would never, ever want to hurt somebody like
did.
that, even like my worst enemy. But I think that's why sometimes you end up hurting those people you care about the most, is because of your strong connection with them. You say that there's a thin line between love.
So you shit on the people you love the most.
Sometimes you end up hurting those people you care about the most, is because of your strong connection with them. You say that there's a thin line between love and hate, because it's the opposite of love isn't hate. It's like indifference,
Thanks, Walt Whitman. Like, shut up. What are you talking about?
So yeah, I've definitely have learned a lot. And
No, you haven't. You haven't learned anything.
Continue to
You
learn.
still look like an ad from Urban Outfitters. You haven't learned anything. Shut up. I'm so tired of this man.
And reflect on these situations.
You are not reflecting. You're reflecting on how great you are and what a victim you are. That's all I've heard this whole podcast. And how the women have really effed you over.
All I can do is just try to be better. Thank you guys for joining us for our very
Jason, why are you still holding on to that laptop like that? What is going on, Jason? I mean, it's like someone trying to hide a pregnancy or something. What's happening? It's like when they carefully place actresses in scenes, they have to carry stuff in front of their stomach. What are you doing, Jason? This looks ridiculous. Kyle Chan is wasted. Sandy Butt is sweating. And, he probably got a yeast infection because his pants are so tight. Why is Jason holding the laptop like that? What's going on?
very first episode.
Put it down. You're not looking up anything on the laptop. That'd be like me sitting here the whole live just holding a notebook that I'm not using. Woo! Jason, stop, sir.
Everybody loves Tom.
Everybody loves Tom. Come on.
Everybody does.
Everybody loves Tom.
If you have something to say it to his face.
Yeah.
These three they're on my list of worst people right now.
So you guys can check out Kyle's website.
Yeah, complete lack of sincerity, Patricia. And then like, hey, go out and check out Kyle's website. Why don't you give Jason some money? He likes to drum. He can use some new sticks.
It's kylechandesign.com, correct?
Correct.
And he's done jewelry for everyone from Lady Gaga to Little Nas X to
Mariah.
Mariah did all the jewelry for La La Land.
Beyonce, Taylor Swift.
Yeah, most insane whiskey and liquor collections I've ever
But you don't drink, Tom.
seen.
Yeah,
Far
you can come
surpassed
take a
me.
look. You just can't drink it.
What?
These dudes are lame. I'm sorry. I didn't want to have to roast them too, but they're lame. This is lame. Like, Jason, Kyle. Yeah. Women are hurting.
He'll make you a cocktail. Of course, you can get some amazing, beautiful jewelry. And yeah, it's an awesome spot on 3rd Street, right in the heart of West Hollywood. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you so much.
Look at Jason. Why are you holding the laptop like that? This is like if I just had a bucket hat and I was like, I'm not going to wear it. I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to hold it. There's no table. Give Jason a goddamn table to put his laptop down on. Why is he doing this?
Kyle, really appreciate it. It's been an honor.
Thank you.
For more content, join our...
No, thank you. I don't. No. These dudes are lame. These dudes are lame. Yes, he name dropped Mother Monster. Like yes, he's the friendship bracelet guy. He taught him how to make friendship bracelets. You guys, this is all right. So that was the first episode. So let me know, what you guys thought when it posts in the comment section. Do you want me to recap the next episode? I mean, these are just disastrous. They're so bad. I mean, the faces of these three alone in this, it's just, we went from I'm a victim, I'm gonna end it all, to hey guys, check out Kyle Chan's whiskey and check out Jason holding a laptop over his tits. All right, good times, hot eats, cool treats. Like, this is so crazy and so insincere, like Patricia said in the comment section. And again, just blaming the women. Rachel went and hid out and she didn't face it like Tom. Tom's a real man. He faced it like a man. And Rachel did it like a weak little woman. I mean, look at their faces. I just took this screenshot. This just looks like a failure. It's very sitcom-y. I know this isn't supposed to be funny, but it was unintentionally funny. Look how sad these dudes look. This is the Sad Boys Club. It's just very pathetic. It's so corny. Yes, that's a much better word. Corny as hell. We got Captain Cover his tits, and then we got Captain Show his tits, and then we got Captain Jewelry tits. And they are just, nobody made any sense. Nothing was proven. No good points were made. It was boring. The sound was off. There's not a table for the laptop. Tom's a victim, which we already knew. He thought he was a victim. He's so brave because he hasn't drank, yet he allegedly drank during this podcast. Ariana was so mean, but now she softened up because she went in the kitchen when he was in the kitchen. Everything's going to be okay. Stop being mean to Tom. He's a good guy. Good point, Heidi. Jason saw all this crap play out behind Ariana's back. His wife shouldn't trust him either. Oh my goodness. All right, you guys. We're not promoting them. You know where you can find it. I was nice enough in the beginning to tell you that he had a channel with 6,000 subscribers. So go check that out if you want to. And what are the orange straw things? Who knows? Who knows at this point? They don't explain anything. They don't preface anything. Every point he's trying to make, he's just like, yeah, and the producer thing. What about the producer thing? Remind people. Set it up. What are you saying? But you're not really saying anything because they're just words. They're just word salad from these sad boys. So Tom should have sad boy gear and merch that he should sell. All right, you guys, we are at 1 hour and 45 minutes. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to smash that like, and also don't forget to leave your comments after the video post. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Shout out to all my members and Patreon supporters, and also Mtronics for the super chat during the live. Much appreciated. you guys. Again, sound off in the comments of the video after it posts if you want me to cover the next episode. I'll be back later tonight with a Big Brother breakdown if you watch me for a BB25, and then I'll be back tomorrow, most likely with Nana for a Housewives of Orange County recap of the finale and more Big Brother content. So you guys, as I always say, don't be a sandy butt, and always remember to enjoy yourself because it's later than you think. Good night.